Hello, Mr. Grau. Nope, still broken. Nope, we can hear everybody around. Or
I don't want to draft with you, bro.
Green, green, green.
Alrighty, should have the audio going. Alrighty, we have 29 of Cole Christopher leading 62 of Hunter Winkler right now as we are on lap 5, I believe. I'm working on overlays. I accidentally triggered something that turned them all off and can't figure out why. But in the meantime, we'll rock with what we got as 62 of Hunter Winkler jumped to the outside in front of the 20 Justin Young, and the 77, who I believe would be Gino Zito, is pushing the 29 now. Cole Christopher will maintain the lead as we hit lap 6. Keep working at this. We got 15 laps in stage 1, another 15 in stage 2, so that'll end on lap 30, and then we have 70 laps total in the race, so a 40 lap final stage. Points are going to work very similar to how we run our Cup Series. Stage points to the top 6, and the winner obviously awarded the most points for the race themselves. In the meantime, though, working with Cole Christopher up front. Been pretty smart so far. You got to be careful pushing in these trucks. It's not the easiest to lock bumpers in these, and especially it could be very simple where you get spun around. So we hop on board with the 29 here. But you can see these guys working together, taking it easy so far. It's a long race. You get one fast repair. Got to be mindful of what you got. You get 4 sets of tires, which shouldn't need 4 at a super speedway like this. And fuel can be a little tight as the race goes on. And we're running 75% fuel, looking around 30 laps or so. Maybe 25 in the fuel tank. Ooh, a 62 Hunter Winkler almost cleared himself off the nose of Gino Zito there. 77, and they're wrecking out back. I believe that
All right,
would
man.
be
Caution is out. Caution is out.
the 24. We can go back and see. If we go back, we'll see. I believe that would be. Oh, yeah. That would just be the 24 of Michelle Miller returning to the series. He gets caught up with. I believe that is the. Who is that on the outside there? Let's see if we can get a good view. BJ Holton, and that just collects everybody out back. They were smooth sailing so far to start the race, but I don't know. See people having to use their fast repairs early or not, and see short stint to the end. Alright, while we have the caution here, I'll use this as an opportunity to hopefully work on this overlay for y'all, make the broadcast feel a little bit better. Once again, apologize. This is my mistake. I just can't quite figure out what I triggered for my overlay to disappear. Working with new high-tech stuff over here, and it's not quite my speed. Alrighty, as the leaders, Cole Christopher, Hunter Winkler, Caleb Desai, and Gino Zito coming around, we're going to be hitting, I believe, the one to go from the pace truck here. We're going to go green on lap 11. Still a long way to go in the race. Plenty of time left for action and moves. See what happens. But remain under our first caution of the night. We're going to have roughly a 4-lap shootout to the end of stage 1. Remember, stage points to the top 6. Going as Cole Christopher will take the inside lane, Hunter Winkler to the outside. Still leader lane choice in the series. Not that it matters too much here in Daytona, but on other tracks we'll see it come into play. No choose cone in effect. Everyone else has to line up where they're intended. See as we are headed in the backstretch. I believe we still have people. We got about 10 or so cars on the lead lap, it looks like. The 24 and 33 both, I believe, have gone 2 laps down, maybe 33, 3 laps down at this point, as he had to take a lengthy tow. Leaves us 11 guys sitting on the lead lap, and only 6 will get stage points this time around. Plenty of time back for the 24 to get a lucky dog or a wave around, see as he goes along. In the meantime, we're going to have the pace truck, as it is the truck series, the pace truck pull off to pit road, and we'll hit restart zone with 4 or 5 laps to go in the stage. Christopher on the inside,
Green flag, green
into
flag.
the zone, and he's off. Great jump for the 29 car, 30 in pursuit, 62 a little slow on the outside, 30 of Desai has little help, and 62 no longer has help as the 77 dives low on the inside. Looks like they're going to line up down below, and the 62 is going to fade on back. This is going to hurt, as he was running second. He's down already to 6th. He has a minimal help on the outside there, but we'll see as the 29, 30, and 77 all lock together. They're going full speed down the backstretch. Some shuffling out back right now, but there's action. You have to wonder, though, these guys want to be cautious as the race goes along. Can't get too overly aggressive for stage points, as it might jeopardize the rest of your race. Shuffling towards the rear. 29 of Christopher leads yet another lap. So, yep, and stage here will end at the end of lap 15. We got ourselves about 2.5 laps left to complete. 29, 30, 77, and 20. We also see the 22 of Tim Pugil. Different number for him tonight. So we typically see him in the 3-car. 3-car instead is Cody Payer in the truck series. Pugil jumps high as he's going to lead that outside lane with Hunter Winkler, and he gets turned. Oh, and he's flipping, I believe. Try to.
All right, man. Caution is
Caution's
out.
going to
Caution
be
is
out, and I believe that'll be the end of our stage. We're going to have to get a replay on that one. I believe he was flipping. Let's see if we can get a good angle. Oh, a little bit of error there. Let me see if I can. He got error. He kept it down. Did he keep it off the wall? Not quite, but that doesn't look too bad. He might be able to fix that no faster error, hopefully. That was unfortunate for Tim as he was leading that outside line. Looked like may have gotten a bad push there off corner exit, and it just took him down into, I believe that would be the 20 car of Justin Young. Um, yeah, it's a hard one to tell. These trucks get real light on corner exit, and I think the 62 is just being a little over aggressive there with that push. Um, and Tim unfortunately couldn't hang on and collects himself down low, but looks like he'll skate away, not too big damage, and hopefully he's able to continue trekking along. He doesn't even go to the pits. I believe he's going to stay out and try not to lose a lap. I believe we're going to get pit stops here as that was the end of stage number 1. Cole Christopher comes home with the first stage victory in the Here's United Truck League. As everybody dives down to pit road minus 35 and 24. Strategy here, if you're up front, you don't have enough fuel at the moment, so you got to fill her up. You definitely got to take the tires and maybe not tires, but definitely fill her full of fuel before getting out of there. Maybe right sides only. Some of these guys fire away. Oh, accidentally cut away. That's my bad. I believe the 29 will maintain his lead into the pits and off the pits. However, the 35 of Travis Daly did stay out to take the race lead. I believe we'll see about 15 laps in stage number 2. Current running order: Daly, Christopher, and Desai. So I'm going to keep working with these overlays that refuse to appear. Alrighty, we got the 35 of Travis Daly leading the inside lane coming off of turn 4 here. We're going to have about 15 laps in stage number 2 going to the end of lap 30. Stage 1 winner Cole Christopher is going to start in second, followed by Caleb Desai and Gino Zito on the outside. Pace truck dives in. Daly to the restart zone. And he
Green
is
flag, green flag.
It's a solid jump from the 35. 29 is pretty strong on the outside. Outside seems to be a little more stacked together up front, as the 1 is pushing Cody Perrin 3 big time back there into Desai. Christopher's able to clear himself down low, take second place. You have to wonder, maybe be a little aggressive to get to the front, especially with his partners in the 77 up high. Christopher Daly, though, will seem to be content tucked in line, at least for the time being. I believe now would be a good time to mention a leader at any point in the race. If you lead a lap, you get 1 bonus point. If you lead the most laps, as Daly and Christopher go all over the place there, that is a sketchy move to be making early, especially out in front. You don't want to take out everybody. But as I was saying, lead any lap, as Daly and Christopher have done. You earn yourself 1 bonus point. As they're wrecking.
All right, man. Caution is out.
They
Caution is
are
out.
wrecking. That is a caution. So we're gonna rewind and see what we got there, as I've completely lost my ability to overlay. I believe the one car just turned down into the 3, and from there he was. See if we can get him real quick. We'll capture this. The 1 car just tags the 3, and from there he slides up, and unfortunately for the that's big pain for the 62 car. He's out back and he just T-bones the 1 right there. That is a huge hit. Meanwhile, 17 and 24 collect each other. It looks like most of the damage will be, unfortunately, to the 1 and 62. Maybe a couple other guys, but man, that's unfortunate for some of our front runners at the time being. In the meantime, though, Daly will maintain his lead. Alrighty. Good news is overlays kind of working, but I'll have it up here in a few minutes as I just have a giant weather logo in the middle of my screen now instead of nothing. In the meantime, I'll do my best to keep commentating as 35 of Travis Daly once again leads the inside lane, Cole Christopher on the outside. Our top 6 seems to have remained the same since our last restart. I believe 24 and 62 find themselves in 7th and 8th. If the wonder 62's damage hopefully wasn't too substantial. Hopefully he's able to continue along no problem. Apologies for touching stuff a bunch here on the screen. I believe we're coming to lap 23 this time around, so once again another short shoot to the finish. The finish of stage number 2. Stage 3, final stage, significantly longer. It should bring in some more strategy. Anyways, pace truck coming around to the pit road here in a minute as 35 Daly's going to lead his inside lane, pushed by the number 30 Caleb Desai and 22 of Tim Pugel. 35 Daly approaches the restart zone and away he
Ring, ring,
goes.
ring.
Green flag's back out. 35 pushing 30. 29 got a good jump on the outside, but he's not going to be able to slide right into second like he did on the last restart. In fact, his help in the 77 is going to take the gap instead. 29 Cole Christopher is going to fade back just a bit. He might have an opening here off of turn number 2, but he's holding strong now. 35 Daly leads 2 abreast, 5 rows deep. 29 getting pushed from 20 of Justin Young. They're going to charge to the outside. 29 alongside 35 now, about quarter length up, but 29's help disconnects as the 35 and 30 seem to lock together here off of 3 and 4. Got 2 wide, about 5 rows deep, as 35 of Travis Daly barely does not lead the lap. 29 Cole Christopher leads that lap. You have to remember each lap led counts, as the leader of the most laps in the race earns himself an extra bonus point on top of a laps led bonus point. But this outside lane seems to have figured something out as they're pushing together strong, holding pace with the inside as they wiggle all over the backstretch. Once again, these trucks are hard to push, hard to handle, and very, very squirrely. 29, Christopher, I believe, barely cleared himself there off the 35. Could have been a disaster as he comes around and he jumps back out to the help of the 20 car. I don't know, they're getting a little dicey everywhere around, but as long as nobody's going around, it seems to be okay, as 35 now gets a surge from the inside lane. He has himself clear of the 29. Let's see if he jumps to the high lane as they're charging hard. Back comes the inside lane this time. At 29 now surges past the 35. Not quite clear though, as he's going to drop back to the 20's bumper. Still too wide, coming to lap number 26. It's going to be 5 to go in stage number 2 this time around, as 35 leads lap number 25. We hop on board here. Travis's windshield, we'll see, tightly squeezed down by the 29. Lots of pushing, lots of side drafting, lots of action. Christopher clears himself down to the inside. He's going to lead that lane. See if he jumps back up once this outside lane surges, as he did 2 laps ago. But instead, he'll hold strong on the inside, take the lead back from the 35 car, and he gets hooked big time.
All right,
And
man,
he's upside down, flipping over. Oh my goodness, that took about everyone out of the race. Oh my goodness. As they were not playing clean there. I'm going to get a replay of this here in a second. That's hard to judge. It looks like the 35 just flat out hooks the 29. Poor judgment, maybe. He looked to jump to the outside, but he didn't get quite there, and 29 car goes flipping over, as this will likely be the end of stage number 2. Oh man, that 29 car went for a wild ride, as he didn't know where to go, and the 22, Tim Buser, just gets hooked there by, I believe, BJ Holton, the 33. As they were trying to avoid the wreck, they just collide together, unfortunately. Man, that took out a lot of good cars. But Justin Young had a crazy ride. He gets tagged by a couple people. Not many people are going to make it through that very clean. See if we can get an in-car cam of just gets hooked. As be whoever made it back around. Let's see if we can get another angle here. That was a huge wreck. Mr. Cole Christopher. Yeah, I mean, it looks like the 35 wants to make a move, but he never quite was clear, and maybe the 29 came up just a tad, but man, that's a hard lick. He goes up and over. Yep, that's probably going to take a lot of guys fast repairs, and taking one this early always puts yourself at a risk later on. As we go back live, I believe end of stage, Caleb Desai makes it out cleanly, and even some guys involved in the wreck are still going to wind up with stage points there, despite the unfortunate circumstances, as our leaders will hit pit road this time by. 30 of Desai, 77 of Zito, 62 of Winkler all hit their box. As the 04 of Mason T. Wilson seems to have stayed out. Drivers are definitely going to have to pit for fuel at least one more time in this race if they want to make it to the end. Final stage being 40 laps. As we are going to cruise around a bit more. As it appears Mason T. Wilson may have a penalty as he drops low, and that means Hunter Winkler will take the race lead. Hopefully he's not out of fuel, that would be... No, he seems to be okay. Maybe we had Mason T. Wilson pit slightly early before the stage ended. I believe we're going to get one to go this time around. Alrighty,
Green
77
green
of
flag.
Berzito fires off in the restart zone. He's assumes a pretty large gap over the 24 of Miller. 62, Hunter Winkler on the outside, getting a push from 17 of Kevin Page. 77 to Zito. Gino Zito. I believe leads his first laps of the race, as that looks to be the one of Howell jumping out in behind the 62 Winkler as they charge to the front. Winkler might clear himself here down this backstretch and take the lead. This one might also clear the 77, but not quite. 62 has a chance to take the inside lane. Seems to stick with the outside for the time being. Oh, gets another push off corner exit. These guys, no remorse for their pushes. As the one of Howell leads lap number 32, or 31, I apologize. Ricky Howell back out from the incident earlier. He slightly loses the lead. 62 of Hunter Winkler. Winkler getting a push from Zito on the inside. They hook together. Hard charge to the front in that Little Caesars Chevrolet Silverado. But the one of Ricky Howell in his Toyota Tundra pushes back on the outside with the help of the 17 of Kevin Page. It's neck and neck here coming down the short chute to the front stretch, as Ricky Howell will lead his second consecutive lap of the race. It's getting a little hairy further back we go. Guys are shaking all over the place. Lots of pushes. As 17 Kevin Page looks low. Not quite to the bumper as Howell was able to clear himself. 17 and the 17 just spun himself. Hunter Winkler had nowhere to go. I think we're going to get a caution for that. Or not, we'll stay green. I believe the 17 just flat out spun himself there. That's unfortunate. Went for an aggressive move. Howell blocked. Try to get a replay here in a second as we watch the 20 of Justin Young now take the lead. Cole Christopher finds himself back in the front after his incident that left him upside down. '20 and 29, 2-car break out front. Rest of the guys 2 by 2. Now 3-car break as Howell's able to pull away from that outside line. They all dive to the bottom there, leaving the 24 of Miller left to dry on the outside. We're coming to the halfway point next time by. Still plenty of racing to go here at Daytona International Speedway. Lots of action so far. We've had 2 cars leave the ground, 1 go fully over. Yet, still believe we have everyone except the 3 of Cody Pear still running. BJ Holton finds himself currently 1 lap down. He's cruising at the back of this single file break as the 20 of Justin Young gets help from the 29. I believe we just saw, I don't even remember who that was. Hunter Winkler shot out of line there towards the back, trying to form a second lane, but nobody wants to go with him right now. They're all content cruising around for the time being, as you got to make it to the end if you want to win the race. You have to wonder how many guys in this field find themselves without their lifeline. Only 1 faster pair, and if you've already used it, you might find yourself having to play a little more careful as we trudge along in this race. 29, still single file. 62 and 24 lead the outside further back, about 5 rows deep. 30, Desai also jumps high. He gets to the outside of that 04 car. Second line slowly building together, but the 24 jumps back to the bottom. 20 of Justin Young still out front for the time being, as 30 of Desai gets left to dry by the 62. I think most of these guys are content with just riding around for the time being, maybe shuffling a spot or two. But we will see as I say that. 24 and 62 fake out 35 of Daly. He fades back. And Justin Young will lead, I believe, his 4th straight lap in this race. You have to wonder when these guys plan on pitting, if they ride it long or maybe split the stage in half. With how caution prone we are, I think we'll see most of these guys ride it till they're empty and then simply top off if we end up with a green flag cycle. Still single file here as we hit lap number 40 next time around. 20 Justin Young cruising out front. Him and the 29, I believe teammates at Heroes United, if not close partners. More than content with working with each other for the time being, as we have about a 10-car single file line. 17 of Kevin Page, who spun himself earlier but was able to keep it going, about 33 seconds back. They're rapidly catching up. We'll probably see him come up in the next few laps. BJ Holton also still 1 lap down, riding at the back of this pack. 2029 cruising out front still. 62 finally gets some help on that outside lane. They seem to be slowly charging up, still about 4 rows deep there before they get to the front. 30 of Desai as the one of Ricky House looks to jump high, dives back low. Maybe thinking carefully here. About 3 cars on that outside lane there. I believe that is going to be Tim Hugel, who has now dropped to the back and dropped to pit road, I believe. Maybe running out of fuel there, but pit solo might do him some harm as far as keeping pace. Maybe might catch a break with a caution or so, but this will be most likely his final pit stop, at least for fuel, as we have about 26 laps to go here at Daytona. And bad news from the booth. I had finally figured out our overlay just for it to go away again. Unsure of exact issues as the 20 Justin Young continues leading the outside lane. BJ Holton lap car finds himself middle of that inside lane as the one drops out of line, forces himself back up in front of the 77 there. Some risky moves there below the double yellow. As we come around to 25 to go here at Daytona. Young, 29 Christopher, 1 of Howe, 77 of Zito, 30 decides top 5 at the moment. I believe Justin Young now has the most laps led in this race, as he's taken that from Christopher there with about 15 laps led. And once again, bonus point to the driver who leads the most laps, as well as bonus point to the guy with the fastest lap. Some of these guys, like the 04 there, Mason T. Wilson, could find himself getting the fastest lap with a huge run on a lap. And every point counts, especially in the playoff format we're running. Full chase points. So running about 11 weeks in the regular season, 4-week playoff, all culminating at the Homestead Miami Speedway. Same week as the Cup Series is concluding. Series will be aligned like the stars. As 33 of BJ Holton jumps to the outside, a little sketchy as he's still a lap down there, but finds himself in the free pass position if we were to get a caution, as the leaders are rapidly approaching the 17 of Kevin Page. Page on the outside here. The leaders should get nice and low out of the way for the 17 to pass by. You have to wonder if he can pick up the draft here and hopefully get his lucky dog position back from that 33. That'll be an interesting battle, as I believe the 22 car has since not re-entered the racing surface, as he will be done for the day in 12th place. I believe Kevin Page is going to be able to hang with this pack here, jump on the tail end, and go try to battle his way back up to that 33 car for that all-important free pass as we hit lap 49 laps complete this time by coming to lap 50. Still a single file line for the first 4 rows or so. Same for 20, 29, 177. 33 lap car BJ Holtland leads that outside lane, followed by Hunter Winkler and Michelle Miller. As Ricky Howell jumps to the outside, we have a new outside lane leader. It's that shaking things up. They had been running the same 5 on the inside for the last 10 laps or so, but now the 1 car to the outside, 77 Zito gets to the bumper. The 29. 29's blocking just a bit there. Not going to quite hold off the 1 as Justin Young now has to pull up and try to block both lanes here. As we're coming to 20 to go in this race. Young's going to stick with the bottom lane despite a surge. Block both lanes. They touch each other just a bit there, but hold it straight. The 1 car gets huge run on the outside lane. Will he be able to clear the 20? Not quite. It's going to fade back as they're going to hold 2 by 2. 29 washes up just a bit there into the 33, but no contact made. As they're going to push each other down the straight. The 1 has now cleared himself of the leaders. 33 of Holtland might also clear himself there. If he can get in front of that 1, he'll be in firm position to have his lap back if caution were to come out. You have to wonder if he's going to fight hard to get to the front here. Won't be able to pull away with super speedway style racing, but if he is leading the pack when the caution comes out, he will be no longer 1 lap down as he dives to the inside, pulls that 1 back just a bit. 62 is going to push the 1 on the outside. It's touching, reckon maybe saves it. Has room to get back to the bottom. Almost got stuck down the middle of the pack and would have objectively ended his run to the front. But that inside lane is very disorganized, as I believe our front 3 cars are all clear to the bottom. Miller, Winkler, and Howell out front. Ricky Howell going to lead, I believe, his 5th lap in the race this time around. Winkler peeps high. Holtland left by himself on that outside, still in the lucky dog position, but now he's going to fade to the back as radio comms say pitting this time by. See some hands out the window on the backstretch. Some guys dive to the pit lane. It's going to be really hard to slow it down. You can't speed here. You don't want to end your race in with a speeding penalty. As you can see, dives to the pits here. Go to the pit lane camera. Oh, that's bad camera. There we go. Oh, and they're wrecking. They did not make it to the pits. Everybody looks to dive down, and that might be a
All right,
caution.
man, caution is out. Caution is out.
See, maybe a lot of guys also sped there. Caution's out. Everyone's gonna maybe be able to pit here. It depends on who made it in before the caution. If you, as the 24 gets spun in the pits too, this is pit cycle chaos here. Everybody seems to be making pit stops, but some of these guys might have black flags here. As the 20 cars first off pit road, 29 second, 62 third. Got a packet full of fuel here as this is the battle to the end of the race. I believe 77 comes off 4, 35 third, 36. You have to wonder, does BJ Holtland also likely in position for the lucky dog there, as we're going to rewind and see what happened. see if we can catch where it started, as everybody seems to slow down. The 30 car of Desai just ran over the 77 there. I probably just misjudged his braking point. And from there, I believe we had a couple other guys spin once that happened. Yeah, so this... Mhm. So the 30 runs over the 77. The 04 runs over the 35. 33 gets squeezed in there, nowhere to go. Both lap cars. I believe the 33 still will no longer get his free pass too, as he found himself involved in the incident. Same thing with the 17. Unfortunate for the 2. Hopefully their damage is minimal, but that was a disaster as everybody looked to hit the pits. Let's see if we can catch anyone else spinning here to the pits. You have to wonder, did any of these guys speed? The one came in real hot. I believe that's the 20 almost spun himself down there at the bottom too. Then we see the 24 car. I don't know if he just missed his pit stall or got spun by some... he just completely whiffed. Man, that was all over the place. We're gonna focus on our leaders here. I don't have my hotkeys anymore because they all got turned off, unfortunately. Broadcasting will have real hotkeys in overlay next week. Not quite sure what I did to turn it off between 8 p.m. and 8:15, unfortunately. But that was crazy, as everybody's going to be full of fuel, but I don't think I've ever seen a pit cycle like that before. 4 separate incidents. Man, that was crazy, as we're going to have 20 of Justin Young back in the lead. 29 Cole Christopher on his outside. Really shake things up there, as everybody was all over the place. Have to wonder what the damage was like on some of these cars. We're going to be going green here with roughly 14 or so laps to go. So I'm gonna see if we can get this to appear. Oh, refuses. Well, oh, hold on. We have movement in the overlay get business. We might have an overlay for the last few laps. As we're gonna come to green, I'll work with this a bit right after the restart. 20 of Justin Young, 29 Cole Christopher, leading your front row. Winkler pushing on the inside, Zito on the outside. Young hits the restart
Green
zone
flag,
and
green flag.
hammers down. Away he goes. 62, Winkler gets a good jump behind. Cole Christopher, not quite a good jump, and the 77 is not hooked up with him either. Christopher's still going to hold 2x2, now cleared by the 62. 77 jumps to the inside. Cole Christopher's left try, maybe couldn't quite get the gap, but here he comes charging back to the front. He's going to get to the outside of the 62. So they're going 3 wide. It's always risky, even with 14 laps to go, as the two cars in the 29 and 20 who worked so well together this race are going to find themselves nose to tail here. One of Howell jumps. He's going to split those two teammates there on the inside, get to second place. Miller charging hard on the outside too. He's going to get to the quarter panel of the one. No longer 1 and 20 have two cars clear. 29's now side by side with the 24. You have to wonder, can they go green for 12 more laps? It's getting dicey. 29 now jumps to the outside. He's going to be pushed by the 62 out front. He's going to be clear of the 20. Wonder if he jumps low when he gets a chance. Oh, he was not. He got a rough push from the 62. They're going to be 3 wide there. Somehow, some way, they did not wreck. So they're going to get back to 2x2. The 62 of Hunter has now taken the lead. .62 Hunter. Oh. Winkler 30. Desai coming charging to the front. Hunter's going to have to block both lanes. This is Cole Christopher and Caleb Desai. Caleb Desai is going to get to the quarter panel of the 62. Oh, everybody. Oh. Jumped to the 62 car. Thought everybody disappeared as the 30's now taking the lead. Guys are all over the place. Everybody's going to lead the race at this rate. As the 35 of Travis Daly finds himself back out towards the front. 30 of Desai, who I believe was our stage 2 winner through all that chaos, finds himself now back in the lead. Hunter Winkler in second, getting pushed by the 29. You have to wonder, will the 29 and 20 work together to get back to the front? Oh, the forehead! Everybody's spinning. That's going to take out just about everybody. We're going to have to rewind and see what quite just happened there. Believe we had... The 04 just came way down out of nowhere. 62 got hooked in the rear into the 35, and from there it was a chain reaction. Took about just everybody, as the 30 and 20 seemed to make it through cleanly. I believe along with... I believe the 24 made it through cleanly as well, but... We're going to have to get a replay. Let's see if we can get it from the chopper camera real quick of what happened there. Ah, man, that's unfortunate. Some of these guys had such good runs going. I believe BJ Holton also made it through cleanly, as he's going to most likely get his lap back here with the lucky dog. Man, that was... crazy. You thought they might make it to the end clean. They didn't. as lots of guys are going to dive to the pits here to fix their damage. Quite unfortunate, but I believe the 30 and 24 are going to be smooth sailing at the front here, along with 29, as BJ Holton finds himself getting his lap back here. Lucky dog, he's going to go around the track and rejoin our leaders on the lead lap. So we have 10 guys on the lead lap here, coming to green with about 6 or 7 laps to go. Coming to 1 to go, back to green. We're going to go green here with, I believe, 6 laps to go. The 30 of Desai has chosen the outside lane as the leader. 24, Michelle Miller will now be restarting on the inside. Desai is going to work with the 62, who looks to have used his faster pair, as that truck was previously mangled. That inside lane is going to have significantly more pushers, as most of these guys were able to pit early and simply take the penalty. Alright, pace car is going to lead him around turn 3, turn 4. Going to have a 6-lap shootout to the end. We'll see if they can keep it clean, keep their noses out of danger. For these last 6 laps. Or will we see overtime? There's 3 green-white checkers available today. Hopefully we don't use any of them, but time will tell for that. Desai leads the outside lane. Winkler inside lane. Have to imagine Desai's going to try to jump. Get a good jump here as away he goes. And he changes lanes fairly quickly. A little gray, but he got a huge jump as he just pulls away from everybody. Winkler's able to hop into 3rd place in the inside lane. Away goes Desai. Miller in 2nd, Winkler 3rd. Miller makes a move to the outside. He's going to clear the 30 for the lead, as it's his first time leading the race today. Miller to the front, Desai and Winkler a leading their respective second rows. Miller's going to fade back just a bit to the leaders there. He's going to try to block both lanes. Not quite. Winkler's going to prevail to the outside. Miller back to the inside, not going to lead the lap. Winkler now clear of the leaders. Same thing with Ricky Howell. They're 2 cars cleared, now 3 cars clear to the inside as they all jump down in front of that 24. 24 car couldn't quite hold his lane as now BJ Holton leads that outside lane. He's back on the lead lap and he's looking to get to the front like he would earlier before getting shucked out of line. As we're now 5 laps to go, coming to 4 next time by. Winkler to the front, Howell in second, Daly in third. Daly in 35 keeps peeping high, Miller's jumping high. Guy's unsure of which lane to go with at the moment as everybody's shuffling around. Daly now stuck behind the 1 as 24 Miller comes hard charging to the front, but Winkler's going to block high and Miller's going to be forced to push him. As they cruise around the backstretch here. All over the place as Miller's now found himself on the bottom lane. 62 Winkler, they're now 3 wide with Miller in the middle. Howell charging. Winkler blocks the middle lane, now bottom lane. He's unsure where to go. Decides all alone up top. Now they get back to double file as they touch, and that's going to bring out the caution as 33 BJ Holton gets airborne yet again. This 4th guy we've seen get in there. It looks like just the 20 of Justin Young got loose, came down on the 77, hooked the 33, and we're going to probably be going to overtime here. 62 Winkler holds up front, but a lot of guys back there who had a shot to win now find themselves damaged, including our guy with the most laps led in Justin Young. Yeah, so we're going to have a 3-lap shootout to the end here moving forward. .62 Winkler in first place, followed by the 1 of Ricky Howell Jr. Will we see Hunter be able to hold off the charging pack behind him for the win and become the first winner in the Heroes United Truck Series in DSA Race Group? Time will only tell as we believe have officially hit our first overtime marker. 1 of 3 have been triggered for this ending. Have to wonder, can we keep it green to the very end, or will we go to our second and possibly third overtime? As of the current moment, I believe BJ Holton holds the fastest lap in this race and the bonus point with a 49.001. Additionally, I believe we have Hunter Winkler in the lead with 5 laps led. And 3 green-white checkers today. Unless caution. As we have taken the 1 to go signal, pace car lights have gone off. Winkler chooses the inside lane. Ricky Howell Jr. is going to start on that outside lane. It'll be 2 laps to the finish here once we get going, as Winkler has blinked out. He's returned. We have what looks to be, I believe, all 9 cars still on the lead lap. All 9 battling for position. Or all 8. That wreck unfortunately saw the end of Gino Zito and Cole Christopher's race. They both are in the pit road and out of the car, I believe. Looking at our current finishers, we have Cody Payer in 13th, Tim Puchel in 12th, Kevin Page in 11th, Gino Zito in 10th, Cole Christopher in 9th. The 8 remaining spots still to be decided as we come around out of turn 3 into turn 4 and down the short chute, where we will see potentially our final restart of the race. Winkler to the restart zone.
Green, green,
He's
green.
fired off. He goes off very quickly, gets a huge jump. Maybe too much of a jump, as he's no longer going to have help. He's going to have to block to the high side and the low side. Howell comes charging to the front. Not going to quite clear himself on the 24. Winkler's going to have to dive back to the bottom and try to guard both runs. Late chop. He's blocking both lanes at the same time. They're bouncing off of each other all over the place. Daly looks to send it 3 wide, decides better of it, jumps back in line for the time being. Winkler, risky blocking here as we're coming down the backstretch, coming through the front. Miller's hard pushing that bumper. It's no longer about being cautious. It's going for the win. Howell about halfway up the 62's car. They're not quite clear. Winkler is going to lead them to the penultimate lap as we hit 1 to go in the DSA 70 at Daytona, as they're wrecking all over the place. Oh my goodness. Winkler keeps it straight. Daly looks to be out of the race along with... the 62 just hooked himself. Oh, Miller. Let's see if we can get going. There's a 2-car break for the end here. No caution. It's a race back to the line. Disaster finish here. Miller, Mason T. Wilson. Will Mason Wilson be able to get a run on Miller? We'll see down the backstretch through 3, through 4. Will Miller be able to block both lanes? Wilson looked high, looked low. Michelle Miller has won the DSA 70 at the debut race in the Heroes United Truck Series. Congrats to Michelle Miller on becoming the first victor in the Truck Series. So we're going to get interviews with our winners here in a minute. Let's go look back at the replay and see what exactly happened in that crazy finish. As Miller comes around to do his burnouts. Our results, reminder, are unofficial. Race control is going to look back and see what exactly happened on that last lap, who was at fault, who caused what. But then again, last lap, it's hands down. It's foot to the pedal to the metal. Miller drives through the grass. He goes sliding. He's all over the place in a triumphant return to the DSA race group. Michelle Miller celebrates in style. He slides the whole length of the front stretch, puts the nose to the wall. He's going to burn it down big time and drive it all the way back for the fans to see and cheer. Congrats to Michelle Miller. And while he celebrates, let's go see what exactly happened. Oh man, so it looks like here we have, I believe that would be the 20 of Justin Young. Just tags the 35 just a bit. Two guys kind of going for the same spot. At the same time, the 62, man, he's getting pushes all over the place, and he just kind of wrong place, wrong time. Miller tags him. He was able to keep it going. Unfortunately for Ricky Howell Jr., not quite able to keep it going. But down the front into turn 1 and 2, the 62 just hooks himself on the nose of the 24. Poor Desai, innocent bystander, along with Mr. B.J. Holtland. 24, Michelle Miller, Mason T. Wilson battle back to the front. And we see the 24 come around 4 and hold on to that lead. It was impressive to watch. So we're going to get interviews here with our race winner in 1 second. Believe we have audio with our race control for a second. If you want to give me a test.
Hello.
Could you hear it? Alrighty, I'm gonna grab our interviewer. Race control is gonna assess the situation, and we'll see as I'm gonna join here in 1 second. First, we'll grab Michelle Miller. Michelle, welcome to the booth. Congratulations on your victory tonight.
Hey, Hendrix, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing after that exciting finish?
Yeah, I didn't want to wreck the 64, but he just turned right down on me.
Yeah, I'm watching the replay there. It looked like he just kind of... You were pushing him and he got a little loose there. I mean, what was going through your mind when you saw the whole
I saw
action
the
break
top
down
lane
in front
moving,
of
and I'm
you?
like, alright, he's either gonna get a big block on them like he did to me during the first, like, right before the overtime, or I could push him and attempt to, get him and me up there. then I tried it, and I guess I kind of knocked him a little loose, and he came back down on me.
Yeah, I mean, is there any thoughts throughout the race, like you thought you had a chance to get out to the front? There was one point where you took the lead and then were quickly shuffled back, and you saw you trying to work the outside lane.
Yeah,
Is there any concerns about getting back to the front towards the end?
No, it was just trying to, find somebody that was willing to get me, going up there. And then pit lane cycles brought back everything, pushed me back down.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want to say congratulations on your victory. Is there anything else you want to add? Anyone else you want to thank?
No, do it for Dennis. Thank you.
Of course. Well, congratulations. Go celebrate with whatever you wish to celebrate with, and we'll see you next week. Congrats on being the first Truck Series winner.
Yeah, that's definitely a fun title to have. Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
We're going to also talk with our runner-up finisher, Mason Wilson. Here we'll bring Mason Wilson. Congratulations on the second place finish.
Yeah, appreciate it. Had a horrible day today. Really did. I want to apologize to each and every person I wrecked. So the whole field, I apologize. Wrecked everybody about twice, at least. Really sorry about that.
Well,
didn't really
it
feel like
happens.
second
I mean,
place.
what was your thoughts when you came out of that whole carnage and ended up being in second?
Well, on the last restart, when everybody wrecked, I had a drive-through right before that, and I got saved by that caution that happened right there out of 4. And on the restart, I got an amazing restart. I was on the inside, about 4 cars back, and everybody on the inside just went, and we kind of went single file, then come into the line come into the white at the line. The big crash happened. I didn't even see it. I bucked low really quick, and then everybody else wrecked in front of me. Then I was right behind the 24, I believe.
Yeah, I mean, was there any ideas or things you wish you did differently to maybe get a run on the 24 and get past them at the end?
I don't think I would have got by them no matter what I did. I had a lot of damage from all the wrecks. I didn't have anything for them.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's nothing to hang your head over after salvaging a second place finish at the end of the day. That's good points.
Yeah,
it's gonna really help rebound and help you moving forward. I mean, is there anyone you want to thank? Anything else you want to add?
That's all for me, I guess.
Alrighty, well, congratulations on second place, and we'll catch you later.
Thank you.
Well, with that, I'll run through our finishing order real quickly. In first, we had Michelle Miller, 24 cars. Second, Mason T. Wilson. Third, Caleb Desai. Fourth, Travis Daly. Fifth, Ricky Howell Jr. Sixth, Justin Young. Seventh, BJ Holtman. Eighth, Hunter Winkler. Ninth, Cole Christopher, rounding out the top 10. Gino Zito in the 77. 11 through 13, we had Kevin Page, Tim Pugel, and Cody Petter. I want to say a couple things from the booth. Thank you for watching tonight. Apologize for stream difficulties. I will work on figuring out what button I clicked that made all of my overlays disappear, and we'll hope to bring a better quality stream to the future, but thanks for sticking with it. I want to say thank you for watching on behalf of DSA Race Group, and we'll catch you all later on.